right, welcome to our activity for today. We're going to get a little bit more practicing with our graphing our coordinate points and plotting some points on the graph. Um, I want to kind of walk you through how this activity works, and you're going to get a start on it today, and then I'll give you some time tomorrow to continue working on it. So don't feel like you have to finish it all today. Okay, you're more than welcome to if it's something you really get into and really enjoy, but I'll give you some time tomorrow to finish this up as well. So in order to get some practice with graphing some coordinates, we're going to create a picture. So I want you to flip in your notes page until you find two pages that look like this. So you're actually going to skip the next page in there that talks about coordinate battleship. We'll get to that later this week. And I want you to get to the one that says coordinate graphing mystery picture. Okay. On the left page, you should see this picture. Make sure you start with the one that has this. So at the top left, it says 1, 4, 3, 4, 3, 6. Make sure those first couple of points match on yours to make sure you flip to the right page. On the right-hand side, you'll see a giant coordinate grid where we're going to graph some points. Okay. Now, this assignment might look a little daunting, okay? But I promise, once you break it down, once you work through it step by step, it really isn't that bad. It's great practice. It makes a cool picture if you do it correctly. And it's a good way of getting very good very quickly at graphing points. All right, so I'm actually going to do the first part with you. So if you want to, go ahead and graph these points along with me. I'll kind of explain the process of how this works, and then it'll be your job to go ahead and continue working on this. Okay, so start up at the top. I'm going to start on this section first. So the idea is you plot the first point, then you plot the next, and you keep connecting them with lines as we go. So I'm going to go to 1, 4. So remember, the first number is your x. That means go left and right. The second number is your y coordinate. That means go up and down. So the first one is 1, 4. So I'm going to go over 1, up 4. Now I'm going to go to the next one, 3, 4. So I'm going to go over to 3, up to 4, and then I'm going to connect them with a line. As you go, it can be good practice just to kind of cross out those points when you know you're done with them. Okay, so you know which ones to focus on. So next one is 3, 6. So I'm going to go over to 3, up to 6, and connect it with a line. Then I'm going to do 1, 6. So I'm going to go over to 1, up to 6, and connect it. And then I'm going to do 1, 4. So I'm going to go over 1, up 4. You'll notice I already had a point there. That's okay. So we put that point there and then we connect back to it. It's basically having us go back to that first point again because it wants us to kind of complete that shape. We want to close it in. All right, now we get to the word stop. What that means is I'm going to stop connecting to this group of points. So the next one I graph is not going to connect back to this one. Okay, I'm going to start a new part of it. So basically you're going to do a bunch of graphing of points and lines all over the page, and eventually those little sections will all come together to make that larger picture. All right, so next one, -7, -5. So again, first number is left and right. So I'm going to go left to -7 and down to -5. Notice I didn't connect back to that previous point because I'm starting a new section. Then I'm going to do -7, 2. So I'm going to go left to -7, up to +2, and connect them. But again, now I got to stop, so I'm going to stop there. Okay, I'm not going to connect to these points anymore. Now let's go to the next one. All right, so I'm going to erase this little bit up here because it might get in my way. So next one is -7, 13. So I'm going to go left to -7, up to 13. So notice I'm kind of finding where did -7 and 13 cross each other. That's my point. Then I'm going to do -8, 12. Remember, first number is always your left and right. So I'm going to go left to -8, up to 12, and I'm going to connect them. Now I'm going to do -8, 11. So -8, up to 11, and connect them. Then -7, 10. So left to -7, up to 10, and connect them. So you kind of keep connecting each point as you go along until you see the word stop. Then you're going to go start a fresh part of the page, and you're not going to keep connecting to those points. Next, 7, 10. Ooh, notice, now I flipped over to a positive 7. So I'm going to go right to 7, up to 10. So pay really close attention to those positives and negatives. So I'm going to connect all the way over. Then I'm going to do 8 and 11. So right to 8, up to 11, and connect. Now I'm going to do 8, 12. So over to 8, up to 12. You'll notice it's kind of a mirror image of that left-hand side. I'm kind of doing the opposite over there. Then 7, 13. So right 7, up 13. And I keep connecting back to that previous one. And then negative 7, 13. Notice it took me all the way back over to that first point again, all the way back over to here. Well, that's okay. It just basically is saying go back to that point again, meaning connect that point all the way back. Okay, now I hit to stop. Now I'm going to be done with that section. So you just keep going section by section. Okay, the nice part is that the coordinates are on the left-hand side, your graph is on the right, so you can see them both at the same time. Go slowly, check your positives and negatives. Okay, if you're suddenly doing something and it totally doesn't make sense anymore, go back a couple points and double check. Did I accidentally go in the wrong direction? Sometimes we accidentally went up instead of left, or we missed a negative, so we went in the wrong direction. But my goal is see if you can do half of this. So see if you can do those first 2 columns on the page today. Work your way through it. Tomorrow we'll kind of check our progress, see how we did, and then we'll pick up and carry on from there. My biggest suggestion is use a pencil, okay? Because you might need to erase and go back and try it again, okay? All right, good luck, happy working, and I will talk to you guys in a little while.